Hello, good morning, viewers. Good morning, my good people. Morning, my good people. You're watching Omagwa TV. Today in my studio, I have a visit in my studio today, Mr. Ifine. Please say hello to our viewers.
Oh, good day, viewers. My name is Mr. Ifine Emmanuel. I believe you will enjoy today's discussion. Just stay cool and listen to us. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you. Welcome to our studio. Okay, today's show we're going to talk about the um the causes of divorce in our country, Nigeria. We're going to talk about the causes of divorce in this our generation. What is that thing that is causing divorce? You see, couple will marry today, tomorrow they will divorce. Our brother Ifan is going to tell us the one he knows that is causing divorce. So I still remain your host, Shari Ken. Let's go there. Mr. Ifan, what is divorce?
Thank you, Chariken. Thank you for hosting me.
You welcome?
It's an honor to be here. Um, my viewers, people should understand that divorce, the rate of divorce in Nigeria is very high. But before I talk about divorce, there is the originator of divorce. That is where divorce is coming from, which is marriage. So, what is marriage? Marriage is a formal union, legally, traditionally, socially, being recognized of two people coming together as one. And there is duties and responsibility in this union. And in marriage, is all about love, trust, and also responsibility. Then what is divorce? Divorce is also a legal process of a partner uses to quit the marriage that he or she is involved. Then what is those things that is causing divorce? There is so many things that is causing divorce. But I don't want to go about it now because the thing that's causing divorce, there is some attributes or stages that young couples are not applying before getting into marriage.
Okay.
So, because they did not apply those characteristics before going into marriage, that is why we have a lot of divorce in our society today. So, I call them the four stages that every individual, whether male or female, need to undergo before they get into marriage. What are they? I call it the honeymoon stages. What is this honeymoon stage all about? Is when two people come together to become, to enter into a relationship.
Okay.
So in this stage, it's all about fun, entertainment. They just enjoy themselves, at that stage, the man is happy that they have gotten a beautiful lady. The woman is happy that you have gotten a handsome man. They're just catching their fun. The woman will come and cook good food. The man will buy so much gift for the lady. They are just cruising, catching fun, and enjoying themselves. That is what is called. There's a lot of interest. That's what they call honeymoon stage. Then after the honeymoon stage, that is where the cocoa is, which is the uncertainty stage. At this stage is a good business. At this stage is where the two parties start studying themselves. They start looking out the attributes of what they want
Okay.
in a life partner. At this stage, you want to know how is this person relate in time of communication. At this stage, you want to know how is this person relate in time of caring. At this stage, you want to know the financial status of this young man. At this stage, you want to know the level of how this lady can take care of the house. At this stage, you now see that they start getting out the imperfection of each other. the indifference of each other.
Okay.
That is this at this stage, is on the uncertainty stage. Now, at this stage, when you have seen all these things, you will not tell yourself, am I going to continue in this relationship? Yes. That's the question you ask yourself. So when you answer that question can lead you into commitment stage.
Okay.
In that commitment stage is a stage of alignment, a stage of adjustment, a stage of adaptability, where you can adopt to, can I adopt to this lifestyle this person is living or not?
Okay.
That is the commitment stage. So when you have seen that you can adopt, you can adjust, you can align, you now said, okay, fine and good. We can move a step forward, which is marriage. That is when you now enter into marriage. But in recent time now, young pals are not looking at of these things. Even when they're in relationship, they're after money. Ah, my guy have money. Oh, my guy house is good. Oh, my guy house is fine. Oh, my guy is driving the latest model car. That's what they look at. Then the young man is looking at, oh, that baby is beautiful. Look at her breast. Look at her waist. Look at her shape. Oh man, this girl is no, it's good for marriage.
Okay.
That's the thing they look at this recently. They don't look at the moral things that they're supposed to look at in the marriage.
Character and the
Character and
quality
the
of the
quality.
woman.
Thank you. They don't look at those things. So that is why you have so many divorce in marriage today. Because they are into relationship wasting time. Some of them spend 5 years, 6 years in relationship, but nothing. Nothing. They cannot even dictate or identify the character of the person they are moving with. All they know that the man gives them money. The man take them to a good restaurant. The man buy them Gucci bag or a Gucci shoe. That's what they look at. So that is why we have the high rate in divorce today. So now, if a couple can pass through stages, is a good one. So the things that causes divorce in marriage is numerous, but I have to mention some few. One is lack of communication.
Okay.
Lack of communication causes divorce in marriage. For instance, there are some women that like communication. They like to talk. They want their man to give them attention.
Sure.
They want to gist. And if the man will come back, the man will not have time for them to gist. The man will not have time for them to express, their
Activity
the
of the
activities
day.
of the day.
Yeah.
Those things makes a woman to be sober, make a woman, this man does not have my time. At that point in time, is a problem. There are some men that also like communication and don't want to talk, and their wife don't want to give them that attention. So lack of effective communication in a family can lead to divorce in marriage. Then you talk about the second one, the lack of commitment. When I defined marriage earlier on, I told you that there is responsibilities and duties.
Yeah.
So when a man is not carrying out his own duties or responsibility, a woman is not committed to own duties or responsibility, it can lead to divorce. If it is on the one-sided person, the person can be overwhelmed, and he said, "No, I can't continue. Let me just free from this bondage." So the both parties must accept responsibility, commitment of responsibility and duties for the marriage to move well. So when they are lacking it, it can lead to divorce in marriage. Okay? So the third one is infidelity in marriage. Infidelity is very, very dangerous in marriage. It causes divorce in marriage, especially because at that point there is a lack of trust. There is a lack of trust. When you find that your man is cheating on you, or when you find that your woman is cheating on you, there is a lack of trust. That lack of trust leads to no love. And when there is no trust and when there is no love, there's a problem in the marriage. It can also lead to divorce. Then the fourth one is what will I call it? Um um Trying to
Is it romance?
no
Not
no
being
no
romance?
intimacy.
Okay, intimacy.
Yes,
The
this
man
is
not being intimacy with the wife,
the
or
wife not be intimacy with the man and the man not be intimacy with the woman.
okay,
At this stage is about care and love. Women like caring.
for sure.
Women like to be loved. But it's a pari passu.
Yeah,
It's a pari passu. If a man love a woman and care for the
the
woman
man
should
should
be
do
able
the
to
same.
reciprocate the same love and care to the
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
The same way if a woman love a man, because the love can be on the woman can love more than a man can love more than.
Sure, I
So,
get it.
but at that point, the next person should also reciprocate the same love and care. At that time, is taking them into bonds. He's taking them into intimacy. They now start having this bond that tie them together. But when it's not there, when it's been lacking, it can also cause divorce in marriage.
Okay.
It can also cause divorce in marriage. Then another one is domestic violence.
Um,
Domestic violence can cause divorce in marriage. When a man beats a woman, or when a woman beats a man, it can be sound funny, but there's some women that beat their husband. Oh, that is the truth.
sure.
Sure, there's some women that beat their husband. They'll be shouting, but they are pounding the man, like where they use this thing to pound pounded yam.
In this our country, Nigeria,
Yes, yes, there's some women that beat their husband. So it can be both. It can be on the both sides.
side. Okay.
Understand? So with the domestic violence can lead to divorce in marriage. You say, I don't want to marry again. This man beats me too much, or this man beats me too much. Please let me just save my life and stay in
In my
peace.
house.
It can also lead it. So another one that causes issue is financial management.
Okay.
Financial management. If the both spouse does not know how to
Manage.
assign and apportion their finances, it can cause issue. It can cause problem. The man should know his responsibility and be able to provide. The woman should also know his own part of responsibility and also to support.
Manage.
So the both parties should be able to have a good knowledge of their financial management. But whereby is lacking, it can cause, if the heavy is on only the man can be frustrated and start saying a number of things that can lead to divorce in marriage. Then if it's on the side of the woman, if the woman is carrying it, the woman can be frustrated and say, no, I don't want again. I can't continue doing this. So these are the causes that can cause divorce in marriage. And it is very rampant recently. Very, very rampant.
Okay.
So thank you very much.
Oh, welcome, sir. So let me ask again. How painful is it? As in, how painful is divorce? How painful?
Divorce is not good because it's very painful in three ways. Divorce affects the children. Divorce affects the man. Divorce also affects the woman. For instance, let's use the children. If the woman say that he don't want to marry anymore, the woman will start dragging the children, especially when they are at the little stage. At that time, there is a trauma within these children. I'm not longer with my father. Now they are not getting the father care. They are not getting the parental care, because it is when the husband and wife are together we call it parental care. But when they are separated, it's no longer parental care.
Yeah.
So the children are lacking parental care, and at that stage, it's very painful for them. Then on the couples too, if the man love the woman and the woman say, I want to go, the man will feel a lot of. I have seen where it happens. The man did not marry again. The man say, my wife left me. Why am I getting married again? The same way with the woman. I've seen where it happens. The woman did not marry again. But it's not that the woman don't want to marry, but because at the stage they separated, there is no other person want to go and marry a woman that have given birth to 2 or 3 children. At that stage, maybe at that woman is about 40 something, 50 years. Understand? So it's painful on the woman because there is no other man that is coming to seek her hand in marriage.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Like seriously?
Like
But does
seriously.
it mean that 40 years or 45 years a lady or a woman cannot get married again?
Sharika, don't deceive yourself. Let me tell you one thing.
How about the savings?
The rate of young ladies available now is very high. A young man have not seen young ladies, beautiful young ladies, finish. He's now going to see a married woman with 3 kids.
I forgot that you guys does not marry a liability ladies. Say this in the new generation, this Indomie generation, you guys always look for a woman that have already made it, that will assist and has responsibility. Whereby the person that was already divorced, that is for 5 years, is doing well. She have the quality as a lady than those young ladies that is not ready to clean house, not ready to respect you, man. Which one will you people go for? So don't tell me that a 45 years old man cannot get married. It does. It's happening.
Point of correction. It's not every man that looks for a woman that
Majority.
no,
Majority.
no, 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 no.
The majority
No.
there.
The Bible says a man should provide for the family and the woman should support. So it's not every man that look for a woman that will bring or support the family. Now, let me ask you a question. The question you ask yourself, the young man that want to come and marry a woman that's separated from the husband, the question is, if this woman separate from the husband, is it me that you will not separate from?
Of course, maybe there's something she was doing wrong in her first marriage. On the second marriage, she want to make it right.
No.
She want to correct it.
No.
Does it mean that
you should
men?
You should have amended it in the marriage.
What if the man did not? You know there's some men that is trickish. Hey, you know, just like what you just said in your part, there's some people can just be deceiving. They will just deceive you. And when you get into the marriage, and you find out that you have been living with the liars, and there's nothing you can do to make the to change the person. If you tried your best to change the person, and the person is not willing to change, instead of it to that emotional trauma, you just leave. Does it mean that you are living for your peace and you not get another man that will marry you just because you are just divorced?
Now, let me tell you the truth. See, you know the truth is bitter. Don't deceive yourself.
How about deceiving, sir?
At the life of a woman, we have the early stage of a woman, we have the middle stage of a woman, and we have the later stage of a woman. At that early stage of a woman, every man want to have him. At the middle stage of a woman, lesser men go for her. So some people married at the early stage, some people married at the middle age. At the later part of a woman, you find out that is only few people that go after them. Just like recently, there's a statistics that carried out that about women at the age of 40, 42, 43, 44, 45 years, they can hardly get a husband. That was a statistic that was carried out. And let me not even go after the statistics. That few that I know, both in my office, both in the streets. I have known many ladies. This topic is very interesting. So, Mrs. Charike does not want to agree on my own opinion that at that stage, that is the woman that is losing. Because at that stage, you will not see a man that will come after you. Because even the single girls at that stage is also looking for a man to come after them, which they have not seen. But for my own opinion, I would advise every woman to try to build your home. Make your home work. Don't think there is any man out there that is coming after you when you leave your husband's home with 2 or 3 kids. You think that a man is coming to come and have you. You are deceiving yourself. That's the truth. So that's for my own opinion.
Okay, we've heard from Mr. Ifeanyi. Thank you very much for visiting our studio today. We appreciate. We're going to go for a short break. We'll come back. We'll continue for another topic. Thank you, sir. We're happy to have you in our studio today.
Thank you, Mrs. Jariken. Is a good one to be here. Is a pleasure. You are a wonderful, person. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Kingsley Godwin, popularly known as KG, is dynamic Nigerian entrepreneur and creative professional based in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. As the CEO of Big K Entertainment, he has cultivated a multifaceted career encompassing music, technology, and digital media. In music and entertainment. At the helm of Big K Entertainment, Kingsley has played a pivotal role in promoting emerging musical talents and creating engaging content. His expertise spans songwriting, music promotion, and video direction, video editing, graphic designs, contributing to the vibrant entertainment scene in Nigeria. He actively shares his work and collaborations through platforms like Big K Entertainment's Facebook page and his personal Instagram handle Kingsley Godwin. Contact Kingsley now on 091170888031.
Welcome back from that very short break. We're going to talk about massive failure in JAMB in this year 2025 as it was recorded. We have a guest in our studio here who is going to talk about JAMB. Mr. Ken, you're welcome to Omagwa TV.
Thank you very much, Ms. Presenter. I remain my humble self, Mr. Ken Wachuku. Yeah, JAMB from definition is Joint Admission Matriculation Board. It's a institution started with the responsibility of conducting exams into tertiary institution, college of educations, polytechnic, and other etc. JAMB for past time have been doing very, very well. They have a sound track record. For the past 20 years, they have been in the system and they have been wonderfully well. I don't believe that this year failure was is a big surprise because a situation of about 397,997 candidates were reported that had issues in that exam out of 1.5 million that wrote that exam. In fact, in the total centers, we have about 882 centers all over Nigeria, and 157 centers had issues. How will JAMB handle this? Those issues they handle, how will they handle it?
So, how was JAMB written before?
All right, JAMB I know before. JAMB was written, it was a manual JAMB. You go, you pick your form from the bank, you fill your form, you take it to the bank, you bought the form, you submitted your form, and at the end of the day, a slip will be sent to your close by bus stop. At that close by bus stop, the date of the exam will be announced. You go to the slip, you go to the exam with your slip, your name will be there, your number will be there. You sit down, question papers that were given you based on your combination, either you're an arts or you're sciences, you're doing sciences, they will give you biology, chemistry, physics, and English, which is compulsory. If you're into the arts, they'll give you English language, CRK, government, and what based on your combination. So formally, we write JAMB manually. JAMB is being written manually. The issue of computer was not there. JAMB was only for, as of then, you only one day. Just come that day in the morning, you assemble to in your various school, you sit down accordingly to your number, and you sit down with your pen, your HB pencil, and you do your shading yourself. That was how JAMB was written before.
Okay. Is Nigeria really ready for technology?
This is a big question we always ask every time. We try to copy the Western world. Now, the failure we are talking about, according to the JAMB register, that there is an error. There was an error in the system that they observed. And really, I don't think if Nigeria is ready for technology. This same technology issue we had was when we did the last presidential election. The result for the presidential election was not uploaded because the server was not on. There are a lot of issues in that election that made a lot of things to go wrong. And the same thing have repeated itself in JAMB. And I will sure, like the question that I don't think we have the capability, we have the capacity, we are ready for technology. Because technology on its own is a better way of doing things. With the introduction of networking, the introduction of servers and transmitters, all these bogus and bogus trend, paperwork have been eliminated. But I don't see Nigeria there yet. We are yet to come out from there. And besides, the numbers of candidates, I don't think that Nigeria, the JAMB as an institution, have the capacity to curtail, to contain this number of candidates. Thank you very much for now.
Okay. How will JAMB know the candidates that will rewrite the exam?
I believe they have a database because they were able to ascertain that this failure was was a zonal failure. It was not an overall failure. A particular zone, they call it, especially the southeast, including Lagos State, they were involved in the failure. And this failure is about 379 candidates, 379,000 candidates. The failed, which as a result of technical issues. And this failure was a zonal issue. So it's very easy for just them to go to the dashboard, their board, and sort out those failures and see how they can address it.
Okay. How will JAMB compensate candidates with a low score with, with other zones?
Yeah, this one is another part we have to look at it. Now, probably I participated in that exam and I'm not from that zone they talked about had issues. Probably my own zone have issues. I don't know how JAM will compensate that. And at the end of the day, I failed. Probably I am below 200 or I'm below 250 based on the cutoff mark will be. How will JAM compensate that? I don't know how the registrar, I don't know the technology they will use. I don't know how they can go about fine-tuning that aspect because it will be an injustice for some of these candidates that have participated in the first exam not to be given an opportunity to write for the second exam because they did not participate very well. The results so far discovered that they did not do well in other zones. So I believe that this technology, these issues, these technical faults, these errors that manifested in this aspect also affected those zones, but we are not obvious, just as in this south zone. So I'm looking forward how we John reconcile that, compensate the student. Because to me, I'll be calling for a total cancellation of the whole process. Let there be a playing ground for everybody to go back and receive this exam for fairness, for equity, for justice. So I take. Thank you.
Okay. The introduction of the post-UME JAMB result is no longer the formal requirement for admission. So, this so-called error, what is the hope of JAMB?
This scenario is absolutely laughable because for time immemorial, JAM, the university system sat down and look at what they are getting from JAM. It's not replicating in the class. So, okay, since JAM is no longer reliable, let's find a means to ascertain at all if these candidates indeed wrote this exam. They have to bring in post-UME. What is post-UME? An exam you will write after you must have gotten your JAM exam. The university have to subject you to write an internal exam that will verify if at all you are the owner of that result you possessed in JAM. Now, with this so-called error they have gotten, how will JAM validate themselves? How will JAM come and boldly and say, we are sure of this result we have produced? Last time we had an issue of a little girl called Mesoma. Mesoma had an issue with JAM. In fact, it was a talk of the day. She printed her result and JAM came and said this result she printed was not correct. What are we not saying? Must we every day be talking story from story, every day story from JAM? And JAM is a respected institution. JAM is an institution that is gazetted by law, powered by law to make sure that make sure that admission are being conducted and students seeking for admission are getting to the university. What are you not saying? So based on this that so-called error, I have seen that JAM have debased themselves. It's a technical knockout. They stand no chance again. No wonder the registrar was crying because he know that very soon he'll be out of business because the university will capitalize on this error to say that so far henceforth we shall no longer rely on JAM. I guess if this type of trend continue, the near future we won't have anything like JAM again.
Okay. Should the parents and should the parents report so do
Okay, The parents, the response of the parents. The parents agitated. Parents, you pay money, they go you sponsor your children, your child to lectures. Most of these jam centers are not close by. Most of these jam centers are very far from their home. They will pay transport, they will make sure they secured their children for this jam. I have a cousin brother that went I have a cousin brother that traveled for about 3 miles for him to write his jam. So with this scenario, I don't think that the parents, no wonder the Parents Teachers Association are projecting for a suit. They want to sue jam for the irregularities that have happened. Thank you.
Students and parents are preparing to sue JAMB. What is your take?
It's very easy. Of course, it's a fundamental of the human from the fundamental human right. It's a right because they participated in the exam, and before the exam was conducted, they had a mock exam. A mock exam was to test run the system to check how effective this system is. But all of a sudden, of all preparation, JAMB came and told them, we cannot do it. What are they talking about? These centers were accredited. These centers were scrutinized. The facilities were checked up to date. Does it mean that the governing bodies don't know what we are doing? Does it mean that these centers were not visited? Does it mean that these facilities were not checked? Does it mean that the JAM itself don't know what they are doing? Does it mean that the contractor that handle this equipment were not on ground? So what are they saying? Because if the children and the parents and the reasonable Nigerians pick up this issue, I don't think that JAM have any text to say. No wonder they are planning for a rewrite. What a rewrite? Rewrite for what? This is a jamboree. They're making Nigeria to be a laughing stock in the entire universe. We are above this. We are too committed for this. We are too responsible. JAM should take. Thank God they have admitted that indeed they did a mistake. I wonder what they will do. Is it not the same system that we use for the rewriting? Which magic will they do? To me, like I said before, I'm calling for a total cancellation of the process. From A to the Z, the process should be cancelled. Let the student staff to be cancelled because it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's not balanced. It's not balanced because you cannot tell me that I have seen that some people have 390 something, 377. When there's an error in the system, the servers are not working very well, the transmitters are not working very well, the permutation and combination process are not working very well. How did they come up with that result? The system should be the whole exercise should be nullified.
Is the JAMB already start free?
For no, there's a taking. I cannot remember precisely, but I know it's less than 7,000 naira. It's less than 7,000 naira.
So, Mr. Ken, you're talking about cancelling of the JAMB. Is the JAMB free?
Right, JAM is not free. It's about 7,000 thereabouts. But it becomes a doctrine of necessity because it concerns the failure rate here was very much. So we are looking at how JAM will conduct a new exam for all the candidates that participated and retrieve the result that been flying so that they will be for equity, for justice, and for fairness, so that everyone will participate in the exam.
Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate Mr. King.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Okay. We're going to go for a short break. Stay tuned. So we'll come back again. Let's just give you some vibe music. See you till we'll come back.
I've been searching for a perfect kind of match. When the sun goes shine, we go strong like stars. Yeah. Even you go for far away, me and you go to play. Baby girl, no replay. Yeah. If not to color the punch, you my face is here. If not Jackie punch, you my.
Welcome back from that very short break. So we're going to talk about maternal mortality in a childbirth in a woman's life. So in our studio here, we have our sister.
Mrs. Chinelo Cynthia is here.
All right, ma. Welcome to Omagwa TV. We are happy to see you here.
It's my pleasure, ma.
Welcome. Okay, ma. What is maternal mortality?
Thank you very much. Firstly, maternal mortality can be defined as deaths of pregnant women or woman, or deaths associated with pregnancy and its delivery. Delivery in the sense that maybe death within 42 days of delivery or in the process of delivery. So is referred to as maternal mortality.
Okay, what are the causes of maternal mortality?
Okay, maternal mortality can be caused by so many factors, but one of the most prevalent factor of maternal mortality is bleeding, severe bleeding. Notice that women during after childbirth or during childbirth tends to go into bleeding, and most times this bleeding is as a result of poor health care. You see that when they're pregnant, most of them don't go to hospital where they can access quality health care. They go to traditional birth attendants. Most of them even resort going to churches. They don't go to antenatal. They don't know anything to check their health status, even before the pregnancy, even during the pregnancy, even the health of the baby in the inside. They don't care. So on my own part, one of the factors that also causes maternal mortality is negligence, as in pure negligence. And
Wow.
that is what causes the bleeding. Because when you know that you're pregnant, your life is at stake, that of the baby is at stake. Now you're supposed to go to hospital where you can access quality health care, where the doctors, the gynecologists, or obstetricians, they will see, look at you and examine you and know what is going on in your life, what is going on inside the womb, what is going on, how the baby is
It's
coping and
fairing.
the rest of
Yeah.
them. But you see that women, most of them tend to relax. Instead, they go to prayer houses, they will go to traditional birth attendants. Some of them will be pregnant and they'll be going for womb massage and the rest of them without weighing the risk that is involved in those activities that they engage themselves into. So one of the causes of maternal mortality is severe bleeding. Then another causes of maternal mortality is hypertension, that is high blood pressure, where
Okay.
we have preeclampsia or eclampsia. You see that there's a situation where we have pregnancy induced hypertension. So when a pregnant woman has hypertension, he or she is in a high risk in a high risk condition, because the high blood pressure, your baby is being affected as a result of the high blood pressure. Your life is also at stake as a result of the high
Blood
blood pressure.
pressure.
So if it's not well managed, it can cause death. Is it that the mother dies
Or the child.
or the child dies? In most cases, it's even the mother that dies, because when your blood pressure is high during delivery, you might run into seizure, shock, and the rest of them. Your
Yeah.
brain can even rupture and the rest of them. So your high blood pressure is also a contributing factor to maternal mortality. Then another thing, another factor of maternal mortality is multiple pregnancies, like women that are pregnant with twins, triplets, quadruplets, and the rest of them. And you see that they're not taking good care of themselves. They're not accessing quality medical health care to know how the baby is faring, to also know their health conditions. If they have underlying medical conditions, some might be hypertensive, some might be diabetic, some might have malaria. They're not treating it, is affecting the baby, is causing anemia, and you see that at the end of the day, the woman runs into emergency. From emergency, either the woman dies or the baby dies. So multiple pregnancy is also a risk factor to maternal
Maternal
mortality.
mortality.
Yes. Then
Okay.
another thing is also lack of access to quality health care.
Lack of.
Access to quality health care. Just like I said, a lot needs to be done in sensitizing women, especially in the rural communities, rural areas, underdeveloped areas, on the importance of going to antenatal on time,
Mom,
registering.
some women don't have money to register. Those people that don't have money to register for antenatal, what was their fate? Because that is why some of them go to house churches and go to native way to massage their baby because they don't have money to register. In those ones, now what advice or what are they going to do?
Okay, to me, pregnancy is not an emergency.
Okay.
Delivery rather, delivery is not an emergency of pregnancy because it takes 9 months for a baby to be delivered.
Yeah.
So if one is pregnant from 1 month, the day you misses your period, you should be able to know that you run a blood test and confirms that you're pregnant. You're supposed to be saving towards it. Pregnancy, as far as I'm concerned, is a mega project. So you know that your life is at stake, the baby's life is at stake. So you have to make all the necessary preparations down, especially monetarily and otherwise, to ensure that yes, I'm going to do whatever thing that is necessary. I'm saving towards, let me save so that if they say my baby, my wife needs blood or I need blood, I can be able to pay for it. I can be able to run some tests. Come on, when you're pregnant, you should know that money is involved. You need to buy baby things. You need to go to hospital. You need to run tests and the rest of them. You need to pay for your delivery. In the case of cesarean section, you also need to pay for it.
Okay. You also need to pay for
Yes, you
it.
also need to pay for this cesarean section to be carried out on you. Then
Okay.
another one of the one of the causes of maternal mortality is unsafe abortion. You see that most times the young people, young girls tend to do abortion anyhow. They take drugs indiscriminately, unprescribed drugs. They go do DNC in quacks, and at the end of the day, they tend to put their life at risk, or at the end of the day, they might even die in the process. Then Paul, most times you go to the tell that the baby is ectopic pregnancy, there is complications, the baby is not developing well, and the rest of them need to carry out an evacuation. So the evacuation should be done by a professional, somebody that is known, that is good at that. So when they do it in a with the quacks or in an unprofessional way, it tends to cause maternal mortality.
Maternity.
Yes.
Okay. What are the types of maternal mortality?
Okay, we have direct and indirect maternal causes of maternal mortality. Yes, and this includes ectopic pregnancies, miscarriages. When you have some underlying ailments like malaria that can cause anemia, and at the end of the day, you see that you are anemic, there is not enough blood. Yes, it can lead to death. Yes, pregnant woman can die as a result of lack of blood.
Blood.
Yes.
Why the person is pregnant and she's
Yes.
lacking blood, so she can
Yes, you
die.
can give. Yes, you can. You can give up as a result of no blood in you. So that's why when you go to antenatal, they check you
Blood,
check your blood
urine,
level. Yes, you check your urine, you check your blood level, and make sure that you have
sugar.
enough blood. You check your blood, you check your urine, you check your sugar, your BPs, your weight, and the rest of it. Because all these factors have what they serve as an indicators. Yes,
Okay.
yes. When you have sugar in urine, it's also an indicator that you might be diabetic. When you have protein in urine, is also an indicator. When your sugar PCV level is low, is also an indicator of anemia. And you know what it means. You're pregnant, you don't have enough blood. How is the baby going to survive, and the rest of them?
Okay, what are the things to do to reduce or prevent maternal mortality?
Okay, thank you very much. One of the things to do in order to prevent maternal mortality or to reduce the risk of maternal mortality, one is ensuring that every pregnant woman have access to quality, accessible, and available to quality medical health care services. The government on their own is have also a part to play, whereby they're supposed to equip the health centers, the teaching hospitals, the government owned hospitals to a standard whereby the necessary equipment, materials, machines needed to attend to these pregnant women is made available. So, and also the pregnant woman also have a role to play. If government have provided these things and they have trained medical professionals on ground, it's your responsibility to carry yourself, go to antenatal, go to hospital, register for antenatal, come, let them see you, see how you're doing, how your baby is doing. If you're coming and they're saying that you have a challenge, they will tackle it on time. That is where early dictation comes in. If they notice that you are anemic at 7 months, they'll start treating you, giving you things that will build up your blood. You see that on your day of delivery, you have enough blood that will sustain you, because definitely on your day of delivery, blood comes out and the rest of them, you still have the one that can sustain
Sustain the
you. Yes. Then another thing that can reduce the this thing of maternal mortality is giving, as in, information. People should be sensitized, women should be sensitized on the need. I will also re-emphasize on the need for health care, quality, on the need for quality to access medical health care. So all the women should be sensitized. Tell them the dangers of not going to hospital, dangers of not even going to hospital, because one of the things that some pregnant women do is that when they're pregnant, they will not register in the hospital, they go and register in church or in traditional birth. By the time they've gone to the traditional birth attendant, they start their process. By the time it's very late, the traditional birth or the church people, they will now refer them to hospital. You see them coming to hospital at the 11th hour. When they come to hospital, they will expect the medical professionals to perform miracles
yeah.
at that 11th hour. So it's for them to go to hospital early, even when you don't have money. Like in teaching hospitals, there are this thing they call social welfare people. You can come, see you, I'm pregnant, I don't have enough money to register. Maybe the fee for the antenatal might be 20,000. What I have is 10,000. They will direct you, okay, go to the social welfare people. They will also help you out. But your ability to know that you're supposed to go to hospital at the right time is one of the things that reduces maternal mortality. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Mrs. Chinelo, for educating us. Young mothers, you people should take note. This Indomie generation mothers, take note. Don't go to church or native place to go and register when you are pregnant, especially the first timer. Don't say my mother-in-law will not give her to hospital, or my mother say I will not. My dear, this is 21st century. Have to advise yourself for you to live and train your children. Thank you very much for educating us. Stay tuned on Magwa TV. We're going to go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue. See you till then.
They say follow who no road, no me say me go follow vendor wey go scam you. Patronize me and now wetin you order you go get, because na customer satisfaction they give me orgasm, no be lie. Shout out to all the customers wey never use delivery kill me, because now they make me still dey inside this business. What up, na your favorite Okrika vendor again. If you begin buy December clothes down now, no be bad thing o. I get new arrivals this week, so make una pin o. Viju chocolate for my chocolate and caramel skin ladies, and Viju yogurt for my light skin ladies. Una no go ever come down, my sisters. So make una pick on, make una patronize me. I no get any other means to survive. No, una pick on. Bottles na bottles as you take know. Bottles up.
Michael, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay. I'm on Charity Kenneth. It's not a chief. I mamada jukwa komaya or bush market. Bushmeat market garopanya or maga garopuru the central market barega bush or total manaya. So no bochita and no yaman or the aya garopuru garopanyano or maga. So it's not a chief. Chief I jack a mawa introduce Kananu Yob.
Ahwambo High Chief James Amade, Justice of the Peace, and the traditional Prime Minister of Omagwa clan. Ano, ore ano no Omagwa, njiri bidon. O bidon nga so ya baga. Kelebeke before Nigerian Civil War. Ya bonge babitrere ano no Omagwa. Ne bringam nna de mwele no gbu ano ohia na ere na eshimako nri Keranuku Hotel. Elisoma Zengam Ferguson, Moses, and Joseph Elekambelemba, Babe Omagwa. Okule na di wele na hwa bunye bunye Omagwa, nu obu anonga ne eshi. Abia agba song, here by our song, no 1970. Then na di wele, zikine obu ano, ne shikiri hotel. Na Merik, hore gaba ano da ano buhore. Obu agun, ba wocha, ne lekebrere rega ano. Ome ano ke ba no bu no magwa sa no osu elebrere hina libre no bu baya ano ibna for no ba de no magwa higa wara higa pani higa omrelu higa other play wa si chiche no bu ya no magwa ya hoji buru magwa bush meat market and na moji buru nge ba na ere ano wa yo brazil shedi ka iche nye ka no kranwa nye ka se okay bunge ba wu ahia station ebe ha bia ni mahia station ike bia online ele na ere ano oja no magwa kan okay giboro that magwa bush meat international meka
so ndai kwele ka mi no suka wa kita ambo magwa ndasisa wo ba yigu ndasisa community ba yigu
ye no nna de nwele ohigbo omikume omagwa ogbu agun higbo omu meri imo omagwa merik higbo omagabia omagwa wocha david oji higbo omotutu a omagwa plus elekebrere
Meka sindai ku mama no kushino mu ihe ma because the first my ma ohia wa garo baya omagwa I garo pro central market of bushmeat anu na handai kukuru amezi amasa no wondo anu amoko na flow ime amama ko anu biko odlo dida nchoro jikwa ndai ku aiwa odlo hedu man choro manu gbasara di bush meat market berere anu join my comment section comment ojiji dum hedu man choro manu gbasara this thing and then my comment section comment there and ya manu add the detail and bye bye.
Hello guys, I just came up with a new means of making money whereby you can be making 3,000 naira a day. You can just stay at your home, stay in the comfort of the house and be making 3,000 naira a day. Let it not be as if I'm talking too much. Let's hear from the horse's mouth. Hello guys, you just heard what he said. Just go on and do everything according to what he said. Thank you very much.
Welcome back from that very short break. Here in my studio, I have Mrs. Okay. Mama Sasameka ask you, what's on the video today? We are letting about our member, left Salome. Who died many years ago. So I'm going to come to the second area of the next Salome, which we went on that day. How are they going to celebrate it now? So that the three places have had around that time. That's what we have. Okay, this is the second one now. Okay, so what and what that is involved? What if the children don't come to do this one at the day? Is there anything that will happen to them? Yes. So they are doing the last leg of that great wonder. I mean, is it something that taking your wahala with the make it
Before he died.
Okay, she suffered many things before she died.
Yes.
So now, this one be say many people feel like they say dem be omnia. Those people na omnia, where the woman from? I say, what is the wetin be their own reason for this place, for the burial?
Yeah, I dey tell you. They are all right. So look, that's what and after that, ahead of that,
Watch of plantain. Okay. Pastor Yam. Okay, are the most small children are the elderly one. So that's for the carry go this kind of thing. Then when she died, this time problem. Then I went to my children no come to this kind of thing. And the doctor and come and call you. What is a lot? Okay, guys, here is my mama. I'm talking about Omagwa culture in the second burial. We are in a burial ground. A lady who died years ago, more than 20 years, she passed on. So her children now remember that they're supposed to do the last rest, they're supposed to give their mother the last respect. So that is why we are here. So our mother has said it all. Thank you very much. Stay tuned to Omagwa radio station. Stay tuned to Omagwa TV. Love you guys. Bye bye.